Welcome back to Napoleon Total War with the Great War mod. So I'm not entirely sure how many turns I've done since last time, but what I have gone ahead and done is I finally kind-of-ish defeated the conscript army of the Italians. It took a while. I first tried with the conscript unit that we brought up from the port. Didn't go too well. And so I was finally able to bring in some extra troops from Ukraine, and that was enough to beat them. So they have about, I think it's 89 men left, and somehow they're still fighting. On this side we've got Mad Max, and he's moved up to the bridge. We've got a Romanian army just ahead of it, so we're gonna have a battle there. Then this army is ready to move off and attack Lemberg. And on this side I haven't been able to advance just yet. And as we can see, that's given the enemy opportunity to advance their forces. So we got a German army here in the forest, and we've got an Austro-Hungarian army right here. And soon I'll be able to have sort of two armies here. Will I be able to split off some of the cannons out of this army and split up some of the cavalry out of this army, and we'll have two armies able to advance through here, hopefully be able to capture some stuff, or at least draw into a major battle and then capture some stuff. At the same time, the ship or the fleet is just one turn away from getting the ivory, which is going to be very nice, because now the army upkeep is increasing quite a lot at this point, and I haven't really been able to gain as much from upgrading different stuff, or it's taking a long time to upgrade the different kind of provincial administration and stuff. And in research and technology, I really want the doctrine of trench warfare. And because it takes 11 turns, that's gonna take a long time, so I'm trying to buy it or trade it with other nations, but so far no one's wanting to give it to me, even though I give them basically everything I can. They don't want to give it to me, and not even my allies, France and Great Britain. Anyways, I think we're gonna go ahead and have one of the battles first, and I think we'll do this one, because this one will be like one-stop shop, and then that's done. This one we're probably going to continue on to Bucharest. So let's go ahead and take this army under Mikhail Semonovich, and we're gonna attack the German army just in front of Lemberg. See if they are actually going to stand, and they're going to bring up the garrison of Lemberg as reinforcements. And we are going to fight them. Let's go ahead and autosave, and then draw into battle. Okay, so here we are on the field of battle. I've deployed my artillery back here behind the town. We've got our light infantry up in front, followed by two lines of line infantry, and there's the general. The German infantry unit is up here. There's two of them, and then somewhere the Austrians are going to turn up. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and start this. I imagine that the light infantry is almost able to shoot down the German line infantry from start. Or I guess the artillery will do the work for us. Kaboom! The enemy general is killed, and the enemy unit suffers 100-man casualties. I'm gonna hold fire with the light infantry, and I'm gonna let the enemy move into our range. At this point, we're not visible to the enemy, and so he can slowly but surely advance into our range of fire. And I'm gonna do the same for the line infantry, just so they don't shoot the light infantry in the back. So at this point the Germans are slowly advancing. They're actually coming in at an a bit of an angle here, so not all of the light infantry will be able to fire. And also at this point we can see that the Austro-Hungarian forces have turned up. Their cavalry have turned up and is slowly entering the field. Alright, the German forces are getting absolutely destroyed. They've lost about half their men at this point. But we can also see that they have, I guess they have the trench warfare that they have, what's it called, researched it. Because they have helmets. And we can also see they've got 80, at least 89 regiments. As per this one. Right, I think the enemy is advanced enough. Let's go ahead and tell the light infantry to open fire. So they've been facing this artillery bombardment, and now they just got a hail of bullets coming in, slaughtering their line. And the general unit here is whittled down to almost nothing at this point. And they're now broken. The thing here is that we can see now that the enemy cavalry is moving up real fast to our artillery. But I think at this point, because the German infantry have been defeated, that the artillery is now going to go ahead and focus in on the Austrians. We're gonna move these guys in kind of column formation towards that area over there, and same with these guys towards there, while the line infantry advance towards the village, and the general's gonna move over to this side. Oh, the artillery actually shot away one of these guys. I guess he went too close to the artillery piece. I wouldn't want to be the cavalry at this point. As we can see, quite a few cavalrymen have died. Enemy bringing up their artillery. They're bringing up all the units very slow, so I'm not entirely sure how this battle will go or continue. And I believe they had 2 cavalry units, so there might be one that's hidden from view, moving quickly through here. So we're gonna, I guess, keep an eye on that. Get this one to run up a bit, and then set up within this forest, and then I'll let them fire on the German unit. They came back, the 89th Regiment. Hold and open fire on the enemy regiment. And they've clearly had enough, and they're retreating. Okay, so we can see both the cavalry units now. And they haven't advanced any further than what I thought. We're gonna, you know what, send 2 light infantry this way, send the other 2 that way. So we have 2 on either side of the town going forwards. And now the artillery is completely focusing on the enemy cavalry as it's being bombarded. But I guess at some point we have to switch focus over to the enemy artillery, as they are setting up, although they're not firing at this point. But holding off the cavalry from charging our artillery is a main priority right now, before we start to deal damage to the enemy artillery. So we got all these artillery pieces constantly bombarding the enemy. Oh shit, that cavalry unit's way close. And it's already, and it's even able to open fire. Oh yes, one thing that I forgot. Everyone needs to be on enabled fire. Move up quickly and open up. Oh, I guess the artillery realized that the enemy was way close, and suddenly all hell is breaking loose for this cavalry unit. And not only that, that unit opened up with their fire as well. But a few cavalrymen were able to reach the cannons, but the entire unit was slaughtered, like just as they reached this artillery position. A few men was lost, but compared to what the cavalry unit lost, I mean, there was nowhere near what they lost as they moved up here, especially when they got close and the artillery started bombarding them. And now the artillery is going to focus in right here, where we just have a cluster of enemy troops, cavalry and artillery. And it's going to be kind of a massacre if the enemy is going to keep their troops like this. Artillery pieces being destroyed. Cannon crews retreating. Most of the enemy army is kind of retreating at this point. There's a mass rout going on for the enemy army at this point. Yeah, they're all pulling back.
Soon to be yours.
Give all the troops orders to move over here. I'm gonna have to... Well, the general can stay here to inspire his artillery. But I guess this is kind of the end of this battle because, well, it's just going to be a trickle of enemy infantry coming in one by one, and it's not going to be that interesting watching this in the long run. Which will probably be a reminder to try to get the battles to be these full stacks going at each other, rather than trying to hit these smaller units and get the enemy to slowly trickle in. Like, these guys are already shattered. They've only lost 3 men and they're already retreating at this point. They might have actually been ordered. Yes, they were ordered to be retreat back. So there we won. I didn't actually have to go ahead and sort of cut in the material as I thought I would. Anyways, let's go back to the campaign map and see if we can follow up and take Lemberg as a result of this. Back on the campaign map, we can see that we lost 25 men compared with the enemy lost 1,700 men, leaving 675. Unfortunately, he has no more move points, and so he's unable to actually attack here. So we've got this full stack ready to support the town. So it's going to be interesting, but most of the artillery is already in town. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do that, if they move around to attack us, or if they just move into town to defend it. Right, time for Mad Max to advance across the bridge and take on the Romanians. So this is the, I guess, the remnants of the army. Quite a lot of light infantry, or I guess the yeah, more light infantry than he's got of normal infantry. They are pretty experienced though, so that's going to be interesting to see how this goes. Anyways, forwards into battle. Right, and so here we are on the battlefield. It's a river crossing, so we're crossing over into Romania over this river, and I've ordered most of the army to pass over this shallow area to move on to the enemy, while I've selected 3 units to go over the very thin bridge over there. And so they'll march over there. We've got the artillery stationed right here, so without further ado, let's go ahead and start and get these guys across. I'm gonna let the light infantry cross first, and then the line infantry is going to follow. By the smoke right here, I imagine it looks like the troops have already formed up very close to the side. So what we might actually do is have the light infantry form on either side of the river crossing as kind of guard units, and they make sure, or they support the line infantry as they cross. And then these guys, I think, will do something similar, where the unit that's most experienced is going to stay on this side, while the other 2 are going to cross. So they're going to cross the bridge, and right now Our artillery is bombarding the general's position on the high ground in the town on the other side of the river. And we already got some broken up trees and burnt out, kind of an burnt out forest. And the Romanian general's unit is moving away, trying to avoid the artillery strikes. But so far we've got no contact with enemy line infantry. I could imagine that they would wait until all of these guys, the FPS completely just tanked when I went close and tried to look at these men. Once these guys are sort of in the middle here, and then they would open fire. Or I think that's what I would have done. I would have waited until there. Or it might be the fact that they're not visible right now. They're hidden as they try to cross here. But they have support of the light foot. So hopefully that will help them. Enemy general decides to move in a big square. And he's lost about 50 people so far in his bodyguard unit. On this side, we've got the infantry crossing the bridge. For some reason, there's no like rails or anything, or like anything to guard for people falling off. Imagine if you were going here, there's no real cover. If someone started shooting, you could. The only thing you can do is either throw yourself into the cold waters of the river, or return fire. And if with this thick formation marching over the bridge, that could be a tall order for who's ever in or on the bridge. Right, let's go ahead and speed this up a bit, because right now there's really no... Oh, we have spotted. Enemy light infantry have been spotted. Oh, absolute massacre for the two units that have crossed. This one losing over... Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Well, this was a failure. Retreat! Retreat immediately. Back over the bridge.
Our men are running.
The Romanians have destroyed us. Retreat. Immediately. Holy shit. I wasn't expecting this kind of a massacre. The Romanian light infantry just absolutely slaughtered 800 men within seconds. But on the other side, it looks like we have a better chance here, because so far we haven't run into the enemy. Oh, they're on the hill. Oh, they're opening fire. Into spread out formations immediately. We don't want to have the same thing happen. It looks like the same thing is actually happening here as well. Can I get the artillery to open fire on the Romanian light infantry? So crossing this river wasn't as easy as I thought it was. The 13th Regiment have been pushed back. I want my line infantry to get into position now and open fire. Return fire on the enemy immediately. Oh, that wasn't even nearly as accurate as the enemy's fire is. Okay, so I want you, since you're not under fire, I want you to move up. I want you to move up as well. And see if you can move up. And you can move up as well. And you're getting destroyed, so you'll fall back a bit. I'm not entirely sure if we will be able to cross, given this
our men are running, sir.
Very strong defense by the Romanians here. Holy shit, the Romanian light infantry is destroying us. I knew they had a high amount of accuracy, but holy shit, they've got a perfect position up on the hill, and they're really, we're just sitting ducks here, aren't we not? Holy shit. We're losing so many men on all sides here. I mean, even if I'm able kind of to break this side down. Shit. We lost 2 units almost immediately. Forced back to retreat. And 2 others are soon to follow. Yeah. There's no way we're gonna be able to hold against this. Everyone, fall back! Fall back! Fall back! So, this is probably this must be the first, like, real defeat we've had in this campaign. It's an absolute slaughter trying to advance across the river. Holy shit. Look at all the Russian bodies here. Absolutely disaster. I mean, I should have, I guess, known what was going on because I've got this... I got this lesson pretty darn quick in the battle. 800 men. Killed off within a minute. Absolutely slaughtered. Not a single man survived out of those 2 units. And on this side we had a similar thing happen. And just an absolute slaughter. Look at the bodies. And we probably did not inflict even half on the Romanians here. Holy shit. Now if I'm lucky, the AI is stupid and will follow us across or try to attack us. But I guess, I mean, there's no way I'm gonna be able to cross here, am I? I've got 2 lights that I guess could lead another attack on the hill. But we've been battered so... the army has been battered so badly by this attack that I think it's just best to fall back and regroup. We got more artillery coming in, and we've got more extra units coming in from the battle that took place in Odessa. So I've got 2 units coming in there to replace the 2 I lost. Then we get some extra light infantry. Cannons can be spared and sent over to this side. But holy shit, I mean, this was a very strong defensive point. Holy shit. 800 men within, I mean, I say a minute, within less than 30 seconds. 800 men absolutely slaughtered. And I was even talking before about how the bridge was going to be a dangerous position if the enemy opened fire while we were on the bridge. Turns out the enemy was waiting until we crossed the bridge and then opened fire and just mowed everyone down. Anyways, let's not drag this out any longer. Let's go ahead and retreat, close defeat. And so back on the campaign map, of course, as we retreat, the sort of calculation is going to add on even more deaths on our side. So only 3 units remain, plus 1 of the light infantry. At least we get to keep the guns and the general. But Mad Max army was devastated by this. Luckily though, we've got 3 units ready to pull up to defend him in case the Romanians try to push their advantage here. We've got more units. Well, they'll have to defeat the remainder of the Italians there. But holy shit, was that an absolute failure? We got 2 cannons coming in. Hopefully we'll continue this battle afterwards, this and this. But right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this video. And then for the next one, we'll see what enemy we're going to fight then. But hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!